I started playing piano when I was 4 or 5 years old, and then ever since then I just completed ABRSM gradings and all the things that all the normal music studies routes of a Singaporean child. I think classical music is very rich in history. I think that's something that is intriguing, and just by knowing how music actually evolved from sacred music, from music only being sung or played in a church setting, and how it evolves into secular music where it doesn't have to surround a religion or whatsoever. How music started. I think that's very interesting, and how the classical composers actually reflected their life in the music that they wrote, and reflected almost everything in society, like from politics to the news that's happening around, like wars and stuff like that. I think when they reflect all these events in their music, then it's kind of a translation of their moods from their time to us, and then we can relate to certain happenings around. Even politics and stuff like that still happens in our lives today. As a musician, and I speak on behalf of a lot of my peers as well, we always have this thing like, I don't think I'm good enough for the concert halls and stuff like that. But sometimes it's not so much about making it into the concert halls. Probably it's kind of music itself as an art. It's more of to improve your quality of life. So it's more of like how you can influence other people to partake in music. Whether or not they major in music or not, it's a different thing. But whether you can influence them to partake in this activity, partake in this art. We always have these doubts that we won't make it into like the performing world, or just become famous and all. But I think ultimately we all have individual goals, whether it's been teaching or for myself more of like music therapy, helping people who are underprivileged or with a certain disability, and just to improve the qualities of life. I think Singapore's art scene is one that is actually developing and more conservative. But with that being said, I think we have quality resources, quality concert halls like Esplanade and stuff like that. From what I understand is that it's a really world-class venue for arts. But the thing is, I personally feel that we don't have the local talents that support this. One very stark difference between the art scene in Singapore and international art scene is that arts is a lot more appreciated overseas. Art is a lot more, people there actually appreciate art. Unlike in Singapore, where it's been labeled as kind of like a luxury goods, but in international or where I'm at in Australia, I think music is appreciated, and people actually pay and sponsor music events because they believe in the power of music, and they understand what music can do for the community to make it a vibrant society for everyone that lives in it. Appreciation is a very abstract thing that I think Singapore needs to have appreciation, but it's not something that a government can do by just pumping in money or any means, but it's something that artists can influence, this kind of appreciation. When I actually meet young musicians now that I'm in the final year of studying music, and when I actually meet them, I really just want to tell them that you just do what your heart tells you, because there are so many young adults, teenagers who have such talent and such burning passion for the arts, but they just don't know where to channel this whole attitude. One of the things that I really want to tell them is that, you really need to bring your talent and your passion out into the open, and out into, like, just bring it out to wherever that you feel is best for you. Singapore is a small country, and you don't get much exposure here. So for arts to grow in a certain sense, you really need to bring it out and to show it to people who actually really appreciate it, and really hone your skills in making music or delivering art, to people. So I think I would really suggest and really advise young people to really, whether be it for exchange programs, whether 1 month, 2 months, or a year, or full degree program, or master's program, just go out there and just see what the world has to offer you, and not just in Singapore. Or we must always acknowledge that Singapore is somewhere that is our home, and even when we go overseas to pursue such our arts and passions and stuff, right, we need to know that we need to give back to community, and that is because we know that Singapore's art scene is actually developing, right? So we need to come back and contribute to this development, so that it will be one day Singapore will become a hub that is, it's a vibrant society for musicians to grow in. Currently, I don't see that we are able to grow and learn art in Singapore, but we need to come back with these experiences so that we can make Singapore a hub, and for the next generation to actually grow in terms of pursuing the arts here locally in Singapore.